The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones video. Now, before I get into this video, there is something I want to say first. I just want to thank everyone for showing some love on my most recent video. I am writing my own version of Game of Thrones Season 9, and so far, I've only released the first episode, but the feedback has been amazing. I should have known most of you would stand behind me and show some love for the videos, but you never really know when you're making something like this. As you all know, the final season of Game of Thrones was so divisive, I wasn't sure what you would say about me wanting to make another one. Attempting to fix all those mistakes while also writing a cohesive story that's interesting or entertaining is a lot of work, but getting that kind of feedback makes it all worth it. So I just wanted to say thank you for that, and also let you know I am working on the next episode. Now let's get into this video. Well, my friends, it looks like we might finally know what other shows HBO has in development. I know this is something I have wanted answered ever since it was first announced several years ago. When Game of Thrones was still on the air, HBO announced they were in the early stages of developing 5 different shows set within George R.R. Martin's amazing universe. We knew they were initially making a new show about the Long Night. It was said that this show would dive a little deeper into the White Walker's origin, however, it was shut down before it ever really got off the ground. Then they said they were making a series about the Dance of Dragons, when House Targaryen fought each other over the Iron Throne. That show is still in development as we speak. In fact, they will begin filming for that series very soon. All of you know this already. What we didn't know was what the other shows were about. There was a lot of speculation, but nothing was ever officially confirmed as far as I know. Now, besides the other 3 shows I will be discussing in this video, HBO is also considering making shows about Robert's Rebellion and Dunk and Egg. I thought this was interesting because George R. R. Martin has said he's not interested in making a series about Robert's Rebellion or Dunk and Egg. At least not yet. I have made some videos on this already. Now we have even more information that might reveal what those other 3 shows are. Before I read the article, I have to let all of you know, as of right now, this has not been confirmed by HBO. They have not given their own official statement yet, but the source of this information has been credible before. This certainly would not be the first time they broke news surrounding Game of Thrones. So let me show you what was said. The headline reads, HBO is developing 3 more Game of Thrones spin-offs, which are Nymeria, Flea Bottom, and The Sea Snake. HBO has more Game of Thrones successor shows in the works, including one from Rome creator Bruno Heller, and another one about the legendary founder of Dorne. The network has 3 additional ideas in the works based on author George R. R. Martin's fantasy series, The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed. Now keep in mind, they say it has been confirmed, but HBO still hasn't said anything themselves. One of the ideas for a show has the working title 9 Voyages, which is from the creator of Rome, Bruno Heller, and follows Lord Corlys Velaryon, aka the Sea Snake, who is the head of House Velaryon. The character also appears in the upcoming greenlit Game of Thrones series House of the Dragon. HBO has hired actor Steve Toussaint for this role. Most of you should know this already as well, because I have made videos on some of the main characters from House of the Dragon. So this effort represents a spin-off of a character from a series that hasn't yet been shot, let alone aired. Now, the fact that they have already brought in a showrunner from another HBO series should mean they are strongly considering making this a show, if they haven't fully decided already. Since this series is named 9 Voyages, at least as of right now, makes it sound like we would follow Corlys Velaryon as he went gallivanting around the globe. If HBO is looking for some diversity with its cast, this certainly sounds like it would be the show. Since the Sea Snake will be all over Essos, we should meet a lot of interesting characters from foreign lands along the way. Now, as much as I love everything happening in Westeros, I would also love watching a show that did explore all the different lands George R. R. Martin and A Song of Ice and Fire has to offer. As you all know, A Song of Ice and Fire has a very expansive universe that HBO hasn't really delved into yet. I, for one, am looking forward to see where this goes. As always, I will keep you up to date with any and all information surrounding Game of Thrones and/or A Song of Ice and Fire. The second series in development has the working title of 10,000 Ships, revolving around the warrior queen princess Nymeria, a revered ancestor of House Martell, who founded the Kingdom of Dorne. She became so legendary in the realm that other characters within the story bore her name. Her story is set roughly 1,000 years before the events in Game of Thrones, making it much older on the Westeros timeline than any of the other shows they have announced in the works, besides the series about the Long Night. But like I've said before, the Long Night is no longer getting made into a show. Also, Game of Thrones added a storyline involving Dorne midway through the series that fans felt struggled to feel like an organic aspect of the show. If they give this show the green light, the Nymeria series could give an entirely new and redemptive take on Sunspear. This could also be another show that has a very diverse cast, but also have a female lead for its main character. This is the direction HBO wants to head in, whether everyone likes it or not. This goes for a lot of the other networks and studios out there as well. Thankfully, George R. R. Martin has created amazing characters, so I am interested in watching just about anything set within the universe. All I ask is for it to be a great show. HBO has to make sure that whatever direction they do decide to go in, they must have their writers stick to the source material. Alright, now for the third show, it is set in the notorious King's Landing slum of Flea Bottom. The maze of streets and back alleys in the capital city where characters like Davos Seaworth and Gendry Baratheon were born. Now there really isn't any other information about this show. I have no idea who their lead character would be, or what the series would focus on as its main storyline. Hopefully more information will be released soon. These three ideas are in addition to the upcoming greenlit series House of the Dragon, which begins filming in the UK in April, and stars Olivia Cooke, Matt Smith, along with many others. House of the Dragon follows the story of House Targaryen 300 years before the events in Game of Thrones and builds to an epic civil war that ripped apart Westeros. The series is from co-showrunners Miguel Sapochnik and Ryan Condal, is expected to release next year. Like I have said before, another series that may be in development is based on George R. R. Martin's Dunk and Egg novella. It follows the adventures of the hedge knight Sir Duncan and his squire Egg, who would later become King Aegon Targaryen, the fifth of his name. The recent influx of all these new ideas is HBO's way of capitalizing on the success of Game of Thrones. They know there is still a massive fan base out there waiting for something new and hopefully refreshing. Now, Casey Bloys, who is an executive at HBO, has said, "The way we try to approach it is not by saying we need 5 shows within 3 years, but what are the stories worth developing into something fans would want to see on their screen. We have been developing multiple ideas on different worlds. The one I want to do is the one that I think is best creatively. I prefer to make it about the stories and the showrunners and their vision as opposed to hitting some arbitrary target for the right number of shows." So, this is what new information we have as of right now. I hope all of you are seeing the writing on the wall. Game of Thrones and A Song of Ice and Fire is here to stay. HBO has several opportunities to rebuild what they once had. Now, some fans will never forgive them for what they let happen to the original show. I understand that to some extent, but they are just getting started with this universe. It's becoming obvious they want viewers in Westeros and Essos for the foreseeable future, and that makes me happy as a fan. Like I have said before, let's just hope they learn from their mistakes. Hopefully HBO will release their own official statement soon. If I find out anything else, I will let you know right away. Until then, I will get back to working on my own version of Game of Thrones Season 9. I hope I will see all of you back here for that video. Either way, have a great day, and thanks for watching. Bye.